始めた夢は足跡消して真っ白な世界に一人の私風が心にささやくのこのままじゃダメなんだ戸惑いにせつき誰にも打ち明けずに悩んでた
So I would like to introduce Michael, who will carry on in terms of other introductions and the show. So Michael,
Great, thanks, Ivy.
Thank you.
So I don't have a yard school voice, so I'm going to be away to use the mic. I hope you guys don't mind. Welcome. Uh-oh. Is this the second group or the first CD? Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. I know I can get a lot of sound out of this group over here, so you guys have some competition. Well, good evening. Thank you very much all for coming out here and sharing this event with us. But before we get started, I want to introduce my co-MC because it's kind of lonely up here. And so I invited Meg to come down and join me. And so Meg is a cultural education advocate as well as a consultant. She was born and raised in Japan. She moved to the US 26 years ago. That was what, when you were 5?
Yes.
Yeah. And she tried to teach her Shin Nisei children their heritage. Good luck. And she started getting involved in cultural activities. I tell you, the best thing to do is take them to Japan.
We tried.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And she teaches Japanese language, culture, taiko drumming in the Sonoma County. So if you're ever up there, listen for her. She also serves on several boards that are culturally and educationally focused. These are all NPOs, and there's quite a list. Northern California Sister Cities International, the Sebastopol Education Foundation, the Sebastopol World Friends, and last but not least, the Sonoma Matsuri Festival. So her passion is to bring people together by raising cultural awareness in the community. She now resides in Sebastopol and has 2 children who are, I'm assuming now, fluent in Japanese too. Yeah.
Let's keep it that way.
Yes. And Meg is, of course, bilingual, so she's here to help me co-MC this event. So let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you. What I want to do is give you guys a quick rundown. This is what we did when we first started. We went out and reached to the voice of the volunteers. And so we had this first event here at JAMS, and it was called Tohoku Insights. After that, last year what we did was we actually reached out to the residents. And what I want to do is show you a short video that was actually created last year in conjunction with I Love Japan. And this will give you kind of a reference point if you're not familiar with what actually happened in Tohoku. So with that, let me roll this.
ご支援いろいろありがとうございました。第一番に駆けつけてもらったのもアメリカです。我々はこれから復興に向けて頑張りますのでよろしくお願いします。いろいろなもの、それからプレゼントいっぱいいっぱいありがとうございました。1年経ったけどこれから先も元気でいっぱい笑いながら過ごしたいと思います。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
今まで、ご支援くださった方々本当にありがとうございました。 Thank you for America。
ご支援ありがとうございます。末永い応援よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。
アメリカの皆さん、いろいろご支援ありがとうございます。これから復興が始まります。もっともっと頑張りますんで、これからもよろしくお願いします。
ありがとう。
儲けてアメリカに行くぞ。
ありがとう。
Thank you very much for helping Japan and we always appreciate you. Thanks America. せーの。
ありがとうございました。
So my first trip to Tohoku was actually with Daryl. And so he's the guy that actually got me started going to Tohoku. And so now it's probably been, I guess, 8 times that I've been up there. And it's the people that really get me to come back. And that's why this year, what I wanted to do was, was to reach out. We've done the Voice of the Volunteers, the residents, and actually my wife said, hey, you need to get the voice of the future. And who's the future? It's these guys. And so I wanted to get the voice of the students. And so we're very, very fortunate to have these high school kids here today to kind of share with us what their views are and also to kind of show us what they're doing to help revitalize their own hometowns. So this was really the objective that I started with. It was really kind of a broad idea. It says, let's try this. And so it was really to help get the Japanese kids, the students, and couple them with the American culture and American kids here in the Bay Area. And then vice versa, right? Get the American students involved with what's going on in Japan, with the hopes that longer term, these guys would build a relationship and build a bridge. Because that's really what Meg and I like to do, right? Between the Americas and Japan. And so this was one way for us to do that. So we got 3 groups, Sendai and Wesley United Methodist, Ishinomaki, which is represented by Itonabu here, and the Harker School, which is part of the Japanese class there, Harker School, and then Minami Sanriku and the Las Vegas High School Japanese class. So these 3 groups have been working together on Skype and working on projects, and today is the debut of those projects. So just before we get started, a lot of you, I don't believe, how many of you have actually been to Japan? Let's see those hands. Obviously, these guys are from Japan, let's get But for those of you who haven't, I wanted to just give you a real quick, this is Tokyo, and the area that we're talking about is up in here. Sendai is one of those main areas, but when you look at the bigger picture, this is Sendai, and that's one of the groups that we're going to talk to today. Ishinomaki, and then further north is Minami Sanriku, all in the Tohoku region. And so with that, our first group, I want to introduce, Gordon, are you out there? Come on up here, Gordon. We started off with 3, but Gordon is such a tough guy. Actually, Christina, Elise, these guys are so involved with so many activities that they're going to be camp counselors this summer. And so they have an event that's going on this weekend, so they weren't able to. They tried and tried. We tried to schedule it. Okay, what if we have it at 8 o'clock? We could drive back. I said, no. And so Gordon says, hey, leave it to me. Exactly, right? That was Gordon's own words. So I said, what can I say? Okay, I'll leave it to you. So with that, let me have Gordon say a few words.
Okay, hi, my name is Gordon Iwagaki. I have the flu, so just deal with my voice for a little bit. So last year I took a trip, 2 weeks long, to Japan with my group, Wesley, led by Miss Vicky over there. And the main mission work we were doing was in the Tohoku area, and I also traveled to Sendai. this had the greatest impact on me personally.
Cool. Well, thanks, Gordon. So, Sendai, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Can you say hi? Nanami, can you hear us?
Okay.
Okay. Say hi to the group. All right. So these guys are actually, you remember that map, in Sendai right now. So what, 2 hours? Is it about roughly 2 hours? Isn't it? About 2 hours north of Tokyo if you take the Shinkansen. It's a pretty quick trip now these days. But it's the capital city of Miyagi. So it's a fairly big city. But these two guys are actually live. It's their Sunday morning already. Ohayou gozaimasu. So what I want to do is they've prepared quite a few videos. But before I get started with their video, I want to show you one that you guys might know this one. But it's a great one because it shows a lot of parts of Sendai. So let me just show you this one.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why.
途切ないので、このままなってんの。なるほど。イェイイェイ
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Good, right? So from here, I want to introduce the two other Gordon's colleagues that unfortunately weren't able to hear, but they were kind enough to share a few words. So,
Hi, my name is Elise Noda.
Hi, my name is Gordy Ogaki.
And I'm Christine Hikiru. We're part of the youth group at Wesley United Methodist Church.
We traveled to Japan for an amazing 2 weeks this summer, and we just had a great time. She didn't go. Christine went, and some more of our youth went, and to get more of the culture, and just all around have just a great time.
And over the past few months, we've been Skyping with students from Sendai, and we've been learning a little bit more about the culture in Sendai and what's going on. And we really hope you enjoy the video that they made because they put a lot of work into it.
So yay! So next time you see him, tell him you saw him at the performance. So Nanami, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes? Okay. So are you ready for your presentation?
Okay.
Okay, can you see the slides? 見えます ?OK。じゃあよろしくお願いします。
I'm Nanami.
I'm Shigetatsu. We are Japanese high school students and live in Sendai now. And the clothes we are wearing now is our school uniform.
Last summer, we went to America and had many valuable experiences. And let us introduce about our hometown Sendai.
Please look at the slide. It was taken in town when the Great East Japan Airstrip happened 4 years ago. In JR Sendai Station, there were over 10,000 commuters and students unable to get home. And there was a lot of damage to the building of Sendai Station. Needless to say, all the trains had stopped, and a lot of people couldn't get back home and stayed at the station all night. Sendai Airport also had a lot of damage by the tsunami, and 67 helicopters and small planes were destroyed. The commuters who worked in Sendai Airport were found rescued on March 16th.
Please look at the next slide.
Oops.
This is a picture of Sendai today. Here, Sendai Station and Sendai Airport are restored to their original size. However, please do not forget, although the great earthquake happened 4 years ago, Tohoku still has a lot of damage. Many lives were lost, and even today, many people are emotionally hurt. Many high school students are taking action for their hometowns.
The reason we are involved in today's event was from our visit to California through the Tohoku program. Spending 3 weeks in California, sharing experiences with other students, we now see Japan from a different perspective and we learn many things.
Please look at the next slide. There was a lot of wrong information related to the nuclear power plants and radiation leakage that occurred in Fukushima after the earthquake and tsunami.
But Sendai has a lot of nice places and things. Please look at next slide. Sendai has changed for the better. We'd like you to come visit and see for yourselves. We went to Sendai Pageant of Starlight and took a video last December. Through this event, you can see how active Sendai is now. Here goes the video.
We are Japanese high school students.
Let us introduce about Sendai Pageant of Starlight. Then let's go!
It's an illumination event held on Jiuzenji Street and Aoba Street, which are the main streets of Sendai. This event holds every December. We are riding on a bus which is called RUPURU Sendai, because it will take us to the place which holds the event. This is a limited time only bus. The interior of the bus is decorated like a pageant of starlight. And we are able to see the central part of Sendai by riding this bus.
着きました。
ここが光のプレゼントです。
イエーイ。あちらを見てください。
160 solid Zelkova trees and 60 million LED light bulbs on it. This event was started in 1986 by citizens in Sendai. At that time, Sendai was called Sendai Desert because the main streets looked very dirty. There was a lot of dust. The citizens who worried about the situation called for people's cooperation and help. It was the first time ever for Japan to hold a Starlight Festival at such a large scale. There are many things to enjoy. For example, to walk between Illumination Road and this road made me feel like I was surrounded by many stars. There are such beautiful scenes of the illuminations reflected in the building's window pane, aren't there? Now there are not only pageants, but also many shops which sell cow's tongue, oyster, and many great foods. There are many wonderful foods in Sendai. How delicious does that sound? Why don't you come to Sendai? Thank you for watching.
Good job, you guys. 聞こえる? Okay, good job. So how many of you guys have had cow tongue? What did you think? Big one.
Gosh, long time ago.
You know, I've had gyukatsu. Have you had gyukatsu? It's also it's good. It's good. Okay, sorry, I digress. So Nanami and Shitatsu have some questions for you guys. So actually, let me fly this one up. So anybody who answers the question correctly, they also have snacks that Gordon's going to hand out. So Gordon's going to judge who's got the quickest hand. So he's the man with the power. じゃあ、ShigetatsuとNanamiお願い。
Did you enjoy the video?
Did you guys enjoy the video? Yes.
We would like to ask you some questions related to Sendai. Number 1. How long is the street that for the illumination event? 110 meters. B. 300 meters or 30 meters. C. 660 meters.
If you think answer A is correct answer, please raise your hand. If you think D is the correct answer, please raise your hand.
Gordon, who was the first?
Oh, it wasn't very good.
Correct answer, please raise your hand.
One more time. Alright.
Now C?
C, go.
Okay.
Yes.
The answer is C. Wow.
Who was that? Was that you, Melody?
Yes. No.
Thank you. All right, don't worry. There's three more. All right, next one.
Number 2. How many people visit Sendai pageant of Starlight every year? A. 1 million. B. 2,500,000. C. 4 million.
If you think A is the correct answer, please raise your hand.
Gordon.
If you think B is the correct answer, please raise your hand. If you think C is the correct answer, please raise your hand. The answer is B.
Some over there. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Number 3. This is Sendai Year character. What is his name? A. Vishomaru. B. Musubimaru. C. Masamatsu.
she say to raise your hand? No. All right, raise your.
It's the correct answer. Please raise your hand.
That's A.
Oh.
No. That's A.
If you think A is the correct answer, raise your hand.
Oh.
And the answer is B.
B?
Yeah. Shoot, I was Hoorah B. Do you guys get?
The answer is
There you go. That's the way to do it. Good man. Good job. Okay, last question.
Last question. Sendai produced many rice. What is the famous rice brand of Sendai? A. Tohoku. B. Astakwan. Hoshikari.
If you think A, Tomemore is the correct answer, please raise your hand.
No? No ways.
If you think B, Akitakomochi is the correct answer, please raise your hand.
Oh, 1B.
If you think C, Koshihikari is the correct answer, please raise your hand. And the answer is A,
Oh! Nice, good job.
Koshihikari is the famous rice brand in Niigata. Thank you for listening and come visit Sendai.
Yay!
Great job.
Good job.
So anybody have questions for the students, Gordon, or students in Sendai?
Oh, there's a question over here. Alex.
Gordon and the Sendai students, how long do you think it's going to take until full recovery? I mean, it's been... How long do you think it's going to be until full recovery? You said it's been 4 years. So from what you've seen, Gordon, what do you think?
So when I was looking at the area, a lot of it is not even rebuilt yet. They kind of just left it. They never rebuilt the city. This is in the farmlands. They just left it. The base of the house, and I saw like buildings just destroyed. No, they just didn't build it. They built levees, so if the next tsunami comes, it won't be as bad to the city. But it's still a while. It's still a while away, definitely, because they're more concerned in how are you going to repair the people that are affected most, and they just want really help from everywhere. Like, we went to one man's house. He gave us a talk over about an hour. He said people from the U.S. come to Japan. It gives us hope because we feel like we've been abandoned. But when people from the U.S. come, it's like it gives them a whole new look on how things are going to occur.
Good. Thanks.
Any other question?
Yes, please. Okay.
How about jobs returning to the area, like fishing and that kind of thing? Are people able to get employment?
Yes, as I know, we went to a fish market, and that part, probably some parts definitely need some work, but I'm not too aware of the jobs. I know that the fish market we went to was fully functioning, and there was a lot of jobs there.
for the Sendai students.
Okay.
How many of their family members have been reunited since the devastation of the town? Because so many were scattered in order to find housing and also some kind of employment.
質問聞こえましたか? Were you able to hear the question?
ちょっと微妙に聞こえませんでした。
はい。
Can I?
いや、どうぞどうぞ。もう一回お願いします。
家族の中でどのくらいの人が被害に遭われましたかって、家族の人で、みんなでまた会うことができた人たちどのくらいいらっしゃいましたかっていうことです。みんなチリチリバラバラになられたんじゃないかっていう心配をしてらっしゃるんですか？
僕たちの家族がっていうことですか？
そうですね。はい。まあお友達でもいいですし。
なんか仙台に住んでる人は比較的家族を亡くしたっていう人は少ないですね。でもちょっと海の近い方に行くとみんな親を亡くしたり、その友達が自分の友達を亡くしたりっていう人がやっぱり多いっていうのがいいんです。
はい、ありがとうございます。Not many people in Sendai that they knew directly lost their family members, but farther out, some of the family members of their friends lost family members. So I have a question for you guys, Nanami and Shigetatsu. Or Nanami, you came to California last summer. How was it for you? Did you enjoy the experience?
Yes.
What was your favorite food?
Eh,
食べ物、何が美味しかったですか？
Pizza.
Pizza. Okay. Yay. Thank you very much. お疲れ様です。Good job, you guys.
Great job, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. ありがとうございました。So we'll see you guys again soon, huh? All right, thanks a lot. Thanks, Gordon. Good job, huh? Hey, Gordon, you forgot to tell us about that one story. I'm sorry. Well, two stories actually. One real quick. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay. All right, I'll let you off the hook. Gordon, good job. You did a good job just standing in there by yourself. So. Yes, I'm sorry, that's what I meant.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that. So, the experience I had in Tohoku was a really meaningful service. Had a really meaningful purpose for the reason for the mission work. I was provoked into believing that what I was doing for Wesley and for Japan was meaningless, as we didn't do too much. We just pulled weeds and helped around their farm for a little bit. But I would soon truly understand what we would deal with for these understand what we would do for these people. It was not to bring mass amounts of help to rebuild the community structure or to restore one's belongings. We were there to restore hope back into the community's heart. By having close conversations with these people that were affected most by the earthquake, it put a deeper picture into my mind. These were brave individuals that did not want help rebuilding their homes. In fact, at one point they didn't. They just wanted to talk to us we were only pulling weeds for 40 minutes, and he took us inside to talk to us for about an hour and a half, and that was it for the work. One incident was when the earthquake hit us in Sendai, and we were working at the Emmaus Center, which was where the main service was taking place at. And we woke up to an earthquake at 4 a.m. and immediately I was like dazed because it's 4 a.m. And I looked out, and all the workers were already ready to act upon if there was a tsunami to come. And I went outside to hear the loudspeakers and listen to what they were saying, and until they said that the earthquake was over. So it really helped me understand that the earthquake and the tsunami that happened in 2011 really affected these people, and it will always be in their mind forever.
Thanks for sharing that. It's amazing, right? When you get groups of high school students together, what they can do. It's just amazing. This is an image that I use a lot when we have kids come to the museum and I'm giving a group tour. And this really has resonated with a lot of students because it's really what I guess symbolizes the Japanese spirit, and that is bamboo. I don't know how many of you have bamboo in your backyard, but if you try to get rid of it, it just keeps coming back. That's not what I meant though, but it's a very hardy and it's very resilient. And I think that's part of the Japanese soul. So no matter what happens, right? If it blows in the wind, it comes back. I don't care, earthquake, tsunami, it comes back. And that's really what's happening, right, in Tohoku, because you see these kids and what they're trying to do at a young age. It's very energizing. And so I share that with the kids here every time they come, and I also tell these kids that it's the same kind of spirit. So no matter where, don't forget that inner spirit is within you, right? So think of bamboo. There were many, many people that helped me put this together, but I have to acknowledge all the key members. So Sendai Nanami Miura, who's the student lead, and she was also the Tomodachi 2014 participant. She was our home state girl, and so we got to know her that way. But she also recruited quite a few kids. They produced that video on their own. Furiyama-san, where are you? Thank you very much for your contribution. Good job. Arai-san, who you saw, the hairy guy in the video. He was also one of the youth leaders that helped me really reach out to the Minami-Sandiku kids, so good job there. Vicky, where are you? Ah, there you go. Vicky, thank you very much. Wesley Methodist. Aridoma Sensei, where are you? Ah, Minami. Thank you very much. And then, of course, Jordan Sensei, thank you very much as well. She was worried about what I was up to. She still kept up with it, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm still worried.
And then I have to thank Meg, who kindly agreed to co-host with me. She had no idea what she was getting into. But she did a lot of background work before the event, and so I have to thank her because I was scrambling, right? I was like, oh my God, Meg, can you help me with this? Meg, can you help me with that? She's like, oh sure, no problem. Phew!
Oh, good.
So thank you very much.
Sounded like that.
No. Thank you very much. That was our shot. So good job, thank you. Our two video guys, Dwayne and my Jeffrey there. Thank you guys, good job. Actually, I should wait till after I see the video. Skype, Seigo! Thank you! Man behind the scenes. Really easy name to remember. Just say go. I'm like, Saigo? What? It's no, just say go. Okay, I get it. Thank you very much, good job. Well, hospitality, which we're gonna start here in a few seconds here. Vicky and the Wesley folks, thank you guys all very much. Good job. And then my wife for all the volunteer participant snacks. Thanks, June. And And all the guys that made this come together, I mean, we spent time trying to set all this stuff yesterday, and we tried it a couple times before because this is it looks like a pretty trivial setup from your point of view, but when you come back here and you see all the wires and all the stuff that's in this room, oh my gosh. But I guess that's part of IT, right? We want to push the envelope, and so this is an opportunity for us to push that envelope through programs like this. And so we try to do that, and that's what we're trying to do with the kids, luckily, I didn't lose power, so it worked. But Chris, who helped with the setup, Glenn, who helped with a lot of the drilling and everything to get this thing the way it is. The guy on the speaker, as well as getting all the stuff set up. Komo, is she here? She does our public programs. And Runa, thank you guys all very, very much. Let's give a big round of applause. I have to thank Kikuman. They were kind enough to donate some soy milk, so if you haven't had it, try it. It's in the refrigerator. It's really good cold. So I'll bring it up. And as you know, we've recorded the whole thing. And so this will be up on the J-Town Community TV that Dwayne actually runs for the community. It's a great site. If you haven't been there, check it out. Like it, share it. And what, Dwayne? In like 24 hours?
We'll see.
Just kidding. Just kidding. In a short time, he'll have it posted. But just remember, Google this URL, or Google this, and it'll come up. And the more you click on it, the more it'll come to the top of the pile, as you guys all know how that works. But check it out. It's got a lot of great videos. And you'll see a lot of things that happen here at the museum as well. Quick list of all the public programs that we have here at JAMS, and the list is extensive. I won't go through this in detail, but I'm going to leave the slide up here. Again, for everything, I appreciate it.
So much. Well, I just want to congratulate you all, students. You took the first step of this lifelong journey of reaching out, making friends, learning together, helping each other, challenging each other, and growing together. So congratulations and good luck, and thank you so much for coming, and thanks for inspiring us. Thank you, Michael, for making this happen.
Oh,
your passion, your dedication.
皆さんのおかげです。So it's because of everybody's will. Thank you guys very much. Please help us out with some great refreshments over there, and I'll bring up the soy milk here in a second, okay? Thanks. Oh, I forgot. Oh my gosh. We have this little corner in the back. So that Minami Sanriku reel that we showed you, I visited Yaskobo, which is the factory in Minami Sanriku, and I brought back a small box of goods. And of course, Octopus Kun is back there, plus shirts and whatnot. So check it out. It's all in the back there. So, alrighty, thanks again, you guys.